event, it was because of the significance of the contributions of these three amazing men and probably hundreds, if not thousands, of employees of yesterday's over the last several decades that I do want to actually refer to my talking points a little bit more, if you would indulge me in that regard. In the mid-1970s, while Five Points was considered a thriving shopping district, it was definitely in need of a boost to its identity and also an economic anchor. In 1976, Duncan and Scotty MacRea and Darrell Barnes recognized the enormous potential of this building, which had been built in 1935 as Gibson's drugstore and served as a watch repair store and several other businesses over the years. Equally, they saw the potential for Five Points to serve as a location for their new restaurant idea. At the time, opening a family-style restaurant in the suburban shopping districts might have seemed like a much safer bet. But they chose this spot, this location, in this commercial area of our city to open yesterday's. The last 43 years has proven that they chose well. The menu was a unique blend of fresh, locally sourced dishes representing family favorites from their travels. Duncan, Scotty, and Darrell had created what became not just a great restaurant, but a true community gathering place. A place that is easily identified with folks who know Columbia and those who visited Columbia to spend some special moments. Yesterday's not only brought a distinctive and ultimately iconic commercial anchor to Five Points, but would transform the economic and cultural impact of this area. The Five Points St. Patrick's Day Festival began in yesterday's parking lot in 1981, just 5 years after they opened. It is now considered one of South Carolina's most identifiable festivals, generating an estimated $6 million a year in revenue each year. Are we ready for St. Pat's to come back, y'all? We're ready for St. Pat's, aren't we? Birth right here at yesterday's, and raises an average of almost $40,000 every single year for local children's charities. 43 years is an incredible run for any local, regional, or national restaurant. Its presence has certainly added to not only the history of Five Points, but to this incredible city we all call home, and it helps solidify, stabilize, and grow this area. Before I take the pleasure of our formal presentation, I'm going to give the microphone to Kelsey Hennigan to speak on behalf of the Five Points Association. Kelsey.
Thank you, sir. Can you all hear me? As Executive Director of the Five Points Association, days like today are probably the best perk of the job. It's an honor to stand here with these gentlemen and get to be part of recognizing three Columbia legends. Duncan, Scotty, Darrell, words cannot express the magnitude of the impact you've had on Five Points and Columbia, but I can start with a few words of gratitude. Thank you for the amazing food. Thank you for creating an iconic St. Pat's and Five Points Festival and all of your generosity to the Midlands through the years. Thank you for this largely recognized destination, bringing folks from all over to our eclectic village. Thank you for your selfless service and your enthusiastic engagement in constantly elevating this neighborhood that we all love. Most of all, thank you for the memories. Yesterday's, these three incredible individuals, their staff, the memories that they've been part of making, and their lasting legacy are truly gifts to the family of Five Points, Columbia, and beyond. We can't thank them enough. Here's to a great 43-year run. Thank you for your momentous mark on Five Points.
Thank you so much, Kelsey. Your words are immediately on point. I've had the privilege of representing the city for the last decade, and I get around the country, indeed around the world, telling people about what makes Columbia special. Some people know the University of South Carolina. Many have trained here at Fort Jackson, where we train the greatest fighting force the Army the world has ever seen. Some people know us as see the state government, but I love to tell people about what happens when you leave campus, when you leave post, when you leave the halls of government, and you meet the people that make Columbia special. The people. I tell them people still pull over for funerals. We still have many open doors for ladies. You can still find sweet tea in restaurants in Columbia, South Carolina. I tell them the most important thing is you find people who know the two most powerful words in the English language. And those words are simply thank you, thank you. And we wanted to come to 5 Points to say thank you to 3 of our amazing citizens who have helped us shape the arc of this community for nearly half a century. So in recognition of the decades of economic and cultural growth and wealth, and a wealth of identifiable branding and recognition to our city, one of our city's oldest and most historic commercial districts, the City of Columbia bestows this honor and appreciation to Darrell Barnes, Duncan MacRea, and Scotty MacRea for opening and sustaining yesterday's restaurant in 5 Points for 43 years, with our highest honor, the key to the City of Columbia. I've never given the key and an elbow at the same time, y'all. This is and I'm gonna let our honorees have a chance to share a word.
Hey guys, I'm not as polished as the mayor here, but I have a couple of notes. I'd like to start by thanking the mayor and our new councilman, Will Brennan, for recognizing yesterday's. I think the most important thing is to thank our customers and our employees. Many of you are here. It wasn't about Duncan, Darrell, and Scotty. Yesterday's was our customers, our regulars, who I see many here, and the relationship between our customers and our employees made it a cheers-like atmosphere. Yes, we served good food. The guys did a great job. I'd like to single out some of our employees that were here. Roberto Cruz was here when we bought the building. We always make a joke that he came with the building. The Isaac family, Curtis, Doc, Toby, his 2 sons, their stepbrother, Dennis, Ned, Karen Martin. I could go on and on and on. We had a lot of employees that would come here as freshmen. They would work, they would fall in love, they would marry. Some would marry other employees, some would marry customers. And over the years, their kids have come back, gone to USC, and also graduated. So we get to see the family like in a full cycle. I think the last thing I'd like to say is, Mayor Ben, please keep the St. Patrick's Day at its home. Don't let someone sneak it off to another, like West Columbia somewhere. And keep it, even though yesterday's isn't here, St. Patrick's Day belongs in 5 Points. Hopefully somebody will release the building and bring back yesterday's. The man in the tub is still here, and hopefully we'll find someone to do that. That's all I have.
Wasn't planning on it, but there's some other folks here that work for us. John and Laura Fascia, thank you. And their daughter. And the Prevagen isn't working real well today, but I think that's just Laura Musicari and Rachel and Amanda and Lonnie and come on, give me some more, Scotty. And Meredith. And everybody that worked for us, thank you. And thank you, customers, too. It's been a wonderful trip and a great honor for the mayor to give us this key. Thank you very much. I won't say too much because I'm not good at this, but I'd like to thank my wife for putting up with me for all these years. This is a tough racket to be married in. And thank all you guys. I love y'all. You're great. Thank you.
Love you.
Well, thank you. I think we're just going to have some photographs and everything else and show these gentlemen and their families some love. And again, to all the employees and people who made this place special, to all the customers who added the character and support to yesterday's. I mean, the reality is that this type of unique institution lives on in the identity and DNA of a community for years and years and years. So we're thankful, and thank you all for not thinking it robbery to come and to spend some time to say thank you to these incredible leaders. God bless you.